You've decided it's time to invest in a website for your cannabis business, but you're not sure where to start. You do know that you need a website, but you're not sure what features or design elements will be the most effective for your business, and you also don't want to break the bank, right, on this project. Totally understandable. This video is designed to help you get the most out of your cannabis web design project. By communicating with your designer from the start, sharing information about your business, your target audience, and your budget, you can ensure that both you and your designer are on the same page from the beginning of the project. This will help you avoid any misunderstandings and make sure that you're happy with the final product. Hi, everybody. Hi everybody, I'm Courtney Clark from Quick Pro Digital Marketing. We help businesses in the cannabis industry get more results from their websites so that they can increase revenue without wasting time or money. And we do this with our unique Quick Pro website building process. And with that being said, we're gonna dive right into this video. So how do you get the most out of your cannabis web design project? How do you really make sure that you have an effective project? As the cannabis industry continues to grow, so does the need for professional cannabis industry. While there are many cannabis web design firms that claim to specialize in this type of work, not all of them are created equal. When it comes to getting the most out of your cannabis industry website design project, there are a few key things to keep in mind, okay? And I'm going to share them with you in this video today. First and foremost, it is very, very important to choose a cannabis website design firm that has experience with working with cannabis businesses. This will ensure that they do understand the unique challenges and opportunities that come with working industry. Additionally, they should be up to date with all the latest cannabis industry news and trends for what is going on. This will allow them to basically create a website that is not only visually appealing, but also informative and useful for all of your visitors. Secondly, you should have a clear vision of your website before beginning the design process. This means taking the time to think about your goals for the site and figure out what kind of message you want to communicate to your audience. Once you have a good understanding of what you want, you can actually begin working with the cannabis web design team, bring your vision to life. So get that in place first. Lastly, don't forget to factor in your budget when planning your cannabis industry website. While it's super important to invest in a quality website, yes, you also don't want to overspend and end up with a site that doesn't meet your requirements. So by being upfront about your budget from the start, you can avoid any unnecessary cost and make sure that you're actually getting the most bang for your buck out of your project, okay? So keep that in mind. If you keep these things in mind, you will be well on your way to getting the most out of your cannabis industry website. And as always, if you have any questions or if you need help getting started with this type of stuff, feel free to contact us. Be more than happy to assist you in any way we can. And for more tips on communicating with your designer, let's dive right in. So when it comes to designing a cannabis website, clear and effective communication is essential, okay? So here are some tips to help you get the most out of your relationship when working with a cannabis industry web designer. Number one, set realistic expectations. It's important to have a clear idea of what you want your website to achieve. Do your research and come to the table with a list of must-haves, nice-to-haves, and deal breakers. This will help the designer create a website that meets your needs and expectations, so be prepared. Number two, be honest about your budget. A cannabis industry web design can be a significant investment. It's very important to be upfront about what you can afford to spend from the beginning. Your web designer will be able to work within your budget to create a high-quality website that meets your needs. Maybe, maybe not, but you need to figure that out from the beginning. Number three, be clear about your timeline. Designing a website and building a new website for the cannabis industry takes time, so it's important to be realistic about your timeline from the start. This will really help ensure that both you and the designer are on the same page regarding the project's time frame and the deliverables. So get that in place as soon as possible. Number 4, be available for feedback. Throughout the design process, you'll be asked, to provide feedback on the various aspects of the design, the layout, and it's important to be available and responsive to your designer's requests so that the final product is something that you're happy with. And also that helps with the turnaround time for the project, and it speeds up the process for you as well. Number 5, have an open mind. A good designer will challenge your assumptions and push you outside of your comfort zone. It's important to trust their expertise and have an open mind throughout the design process, and this will actually result in a better final product, okay? So by following these tips, you can ensure that you have a positive and productive working relationship with your cannabis industry web designer. Clear communication is essential to getting the most out of any web design project, all right? So just keep that in mind as you move forward. And the bottom line is this: when it comes to cannabis industry web design, there are a few things to keep in mind if you really want to get the most out of the project, okay? First, it's important to choose a reputable and experienced cannabis web design team, someone that actually works within the industry. Secondly, you should really have a clear vision for your website before beginning the design process. Very important. And lastly, don't forget to factor in your budget when planning your cannabis industry website. Okay? By following these tips, you can ensure that you will get a product that you're happy with in the end. So I'm going to wrap this all up in a brief conclusion. Key points to remember when designing a website for the cannabis industry are: be realistic about your expectations, be honest about your budget, be clear about the timeline, and be available for feedback. Additionally, it is very important to have an open mind and trust your designer's expertise. And if you follow these tips, you can ensure that you will get the most out of your cannabis industry website design project. All right? That's it. If you're looking for more tips on cannabis industry websites, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll be releasing new videos every week so you guys can stay up to date on the latest trends and marketing strategies in the cannabis industry. And if you're looking to take your actual website to that next level, go ahead and book a discovery call with me in the description, and I will be more than happy to learn more about where you are now, learn about where you're trying to get, and give you a plan to make it happen for you. Till next time, guys, I hope you guys are well, hope you guys stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks again. Bye.